Oh, child, I'm going to get a reputation about being a tea commentator. I'm not going to like that because I really ain't. I just, like I said, because I follow this story so closely and because I can see a lot of the mental health parallels, I just feel compelled to weigh in on this. And then after the stuff that I was well, I don't want to say subjected to because it makes it feel like I wasn't there of my own volition. But the stuff that I had to sit and listen to because I enjoyed the peanut gallery, it set me off because I was already fired up. I seen the peanut gallery was gone live. She's one of my favorite newer YouTubers to listen to, and I know she's not new per se, but for me, as somebody who's just really getting into following people on YouTube, she's new. And I went to her chat because Ready to Glare, who is another social YouTube commentator, one of my favorites actually, because she talks a lot about different abuse and really serious topics. She's been embroiled in the Creepshow Art drama. And the fact of the matter is, those two were actual friends. And she went on to talk about how she felt about Shannon, who's Creepshow Art, speaking shit about her behind her back, the issue she had with another YouTuber that she thought was a friend who lied to her, and having to process the fact that this person lied. Not only that, but this person knows intimate information about Ready to Glare, including where she lives. She sent her roses. There was an underlying tone of, I know that this is big, but you just gotta let me handle this because I just found out that everything I believed in our friendship was fake. Everything about this whole situation was fake, and I don't know what's real. I don't know if she was being genuine with me as she went and talked shit behind my back. I don't know. This has been bad for my mental health, and I wanted to believe my friend. She point blank was being honest. She wanted to believe her friend. And I don't know anybody who has ever been friends with somebody, whether your friend ain't shit or not, that hasn't gone to the bat for your friends. I used to say, because I had a wild, like growing up, I was captain of team cut a bitch. You fucked with my friend, you fucked with me. I grew up in New York, so that was the way we grew up. We had each other's backs. So when people say things like, how can they stand by their friend? I got to stop you there. I got to really stop you there because you're going to stick by your friends until you find that they did something so heinous that you can't. And even then, I mean, come on. How you call yourself a friend to anybody if and when they're at their lowest point, you're ready to kick them while they're down too? So we got to be understanding. We got to stop pressuring these people just because they're big YouTube creators to weigh in on this because they're literally finding out their friend fucked them over. So I got into John's Peanut Gallery, which her name really isn't John. It's just the name of her show. And it's an amazing show. And yesterday, because, it's a whole nother day, she had I don't want to call this young man a bad name, but he really, to the core, hit the last frayed nerve in my body with his nonsense. His name is Nick Diorio. He is just loud and obnoxious, and he just wants to be edgy. He's a total edgelord. He already said that he does things to stir up controversy, get people talking about him. Way to go. You got some nobody like me talking about you, dude, and it's not a good thing. And somebody like him, the route he's going, he is going to be like every other 40-year-old YouTuber in 20 years from now, seeking that clout, seeking that relevance, probably begging for sex because he just can't see that having a little bit of empathy, having a little bit of sense is enough. And he just was really going hard about how he didn't watch the whole thing. It didn't matter. He doesn't care. But he took Emily's statement. Emily Artful, the person at Creepshow Art, had been bothering and stalking and pretty much harassing, pretty much took her whole life. Let me pause my rant against Nick and the other guy that I'm about to rant because I need you to unpack this. This Creepshow Art girl literally seen Emily Artful as her rival slash enemy slash whatever. And it started off with this music track that they did with Anthony, which I am sorry, Emily, if you ever listen to this. I know you believe Anthony is a good musician. I know you believe in his art, but some of the shit Charles was saying about it was very pretentious. It sucked. And I'm going to be brutally honest. I like rock. I like alternative. That music was horrible. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But that also was the catalyst. When you replaced Shannon on that track, it was like you declared war. First of all, because you were Anthony slash Andrew's ex, and she already seen you as somebody to hate for that. Because she's the only one worthy for him. I'm telling you, it's part of that MPD that I said in my last talk on this. But on top of that, what happened to you with him, what he did to you, that was it. She had to destroy you. And not only did she have to destroy you, she wanted to become you. Why? Because you could see how Anthony was obsessed with you. I have broken up with several people in my long time being on this earth. I don't talk to any of them. I don't have a business relationship. I understand codependency, but I don't talk to any of my exes. Heck, one of my exes is being all creepy and popping up every once in a while anyway. It doesn't feel good. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to know them. So the fact that he felt even need to do this to you and stalk you and harass you, he is not a good person. Neither was she, but she saw you as the reason why he would never fully obsess over her like that, because she wanted that. That's why she created a YouTube account that was just like yours. That's why she mirrored almost everything. She took your life and your story and twisted it into her own. And I just can't believe people didn't get it. And like I said in Peanut Gallery's chat before it all popped off, she gave us the crumbs, man. It was in her name. She called herself a creep show. She was fucking creeping all over the internet. But I digress, because the two meatheads, as I'm going to rant about, already think women are just emotional idiots that don't know how to critical think. And Nick Diorio was already so offensive that after that peanut gallery yesterday, which was Monday, or was it Sunday? It was Monday or Sunday. It don't matter. I jumped on my Twitter, because my Twitter is like my biggest social media. It's not huge, but enough people follow me on there now that I go, what the fuck? What is wrong with you people? Why so many of you follow me? I am just a ranting old black lady, but whatever. I love y'all. I went right on my Twitter and I blocked him. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to prop this kid. I just don't want to know he exists after this. So I thought it was done. And I went on the peanut gallery because I seen her description for Ready to Glare, and I didn't personally agree with the fact that everybody wants to jump on Ready to Glare for not talking about the Emily situation when she herself was hurt by Shannon's actions. I think it's fair to let her unpack the fact that she was stabbed in the back too, without having to weigh in on the fact that her friend is a creepy, obsessive life stealer. I don't think it's fair to push on this already traumatized person who is like, oh my God, if this is true about my friend, if she has my address, she knows where I live, she's sending me roses. You got to think of the psychological impact it is on a person to know that somebody that they kicked it with, somebody that they gave gifts to, that they talked face to face, is that deeply damaged. So I was in the chat, and let me tell you something about the peanut gallery chat. The mods are on point, and the people in that chat was so friendly. Even when we weren't seeing eye to eye on stuff, we talked like adults. And I'm sure not everybody in that chat was a full-on adult, but probably most of y'all were. They were very nice people. And as a new person who doesn't really like chatting in new places, it felt nice to be able to have full-on conversations about my thoughts. We talked about food. So I'm going to be back in the peanut gallery, just like I'm going to try to talk more in Xylie's chat too, because I lurked in both of their streams over this, because I just like hearing, especially women my age and older, talk about this because it's mind boggling. It is mind boggling the depth and layers of sinisterness in this story. But tonight, my soul was irked to its core because I don't know the guy that she was playing. Some Irish creep, misogynistic meathead named Tommy something. I don't want to know his name. I don't care. If I find out about him, I'm just going to block him as well. They picked her apart. They said the most insulting, misogynistic meatheads. They slammed Emily for not having enough, not critical thinking. If it's fair for you to say that he didn't critical think for not listening to the whole video, it's okay for him. They moved the goalpost so much, and they were just so creepy and lewd and disgusting. And I know what they're doing. They're trying to be shock jocks. And let me tell you something. As somebody who grew up with the best shock jock of all time, Howard Stern, somebody who literally made his career off of offending people because the people who are offended listen more than his fans. Yous will never be on that level. I did not know who you were until the Peanut Gallery. She gave you more amplification than you would ever get on your own. I will not even tell people who follow me about yous because I don't even want people hate listening to your garbage. It was so misogynist. They were using terms like alpha male. For real? Do you know that was debunked? Do you know that the person that coined the term had to admit that he made a mistake? Wolves do not have alpha males. Wolves are pack animals. They hang out together. There are no alphas, there are no betas. There are males and females that work together. Everybody in the pack works together. They use empathy. Something these young men do not have any of it. And I say young men, but I heard one of them was like my age of stuff, still acting like a goof for clout. So yeah. Anyhow, it just hit my soul that this Creepshow Art has really found me like nice communities to talk and stuff in, but it has shown me that underside underbelly of the clout chasing crackheads, as I like to call them, and it is not a good side. And y'all are gonna have to guard your energy with these people because they are out here looking to stir up hornets' nests, looking to be controversial, looking to say things, and they're shitbirds of a feather. Everything, all those vile things they were saying, all my brain kept going was, yeah, I could see how Shannon was attracted to somebody like this and how they were attracted to her. And they used the fact that Shannon helped smaller creators with gifts and donations without realizing that manipulative people do stuff like that. And I said that in my thing about my MPD parent, how they give praise to broken people, how they give gifts to them and make them feel like they're loved and appreciated so that they become attack dogs for them. But of course, if you say that to guys like this, all you'll hear is, oh no, you woman, my big man brain knows more than you, and something about football players and other insecurities because their little wieners will never actually feel the warmth of actual sex. Let me tell you something. I hate insulting people on such a childish level, but they were so childish. It is hard to talk to them like they're adults because what I had to listen to sitting in that chat tonight was not two rational adults. It was two meatheads seeking to aspire to a level of shock jock that they will never hit because they're not really classy enough to do it. They're not worldly enough to do it, and they're definitely not smart enough to do it. And all I heard was just jealousy, petty locker humor, and not even locker because they obviously have an issue with Jocks. I guarantee you they were getting beat up by Jocks a lot, and maybe that's it. They're just like having things. But the thing that really pissed me off before I wrap this up was the whole ladies in the chat. What do you think? And you know, some pick me girl, if it really was a girl, tried to say something. And he read this long thing, and I don't know. I started tuning his voice out because he tried to do this like low, sexy talk because he was trying to talk like he was talking to the alleged woman in his chat. And it was just creepy and gross and made me wish that I never had to hear his voice again. I'm telling you, if I didn't love my guy, I'd be turned off men just from that I don't even know how many minutes it was, but it felt entirely too long listening to his wannabe sexy voice. Gross. And all he wanted was validation that he was right. And he couldn't see the irony in this because he was spending all that time talking about peanut gallery just wouldn't let you get your point across. She just wanted to be right. She's being everything he was accusing her of, he was doing. All peanut gallery was saying to Nick the fucking Oreo was, you are taking somebody who is putting her truth out there, who is saying to you that this is what happened to me, and you are mocking it. You are not using empathy. You are not using humanity. You are being disgusting. He admitted to it. He said, this is what I do. This is who I am. And when she realized that, she was like, okay, whatever. At least you're an honest asshole. Okay. He goes on to this show, and they both start gossiping like gaggle hens, and then trying to pick her apart, making assumptions, insulting her. And that's why I don't have any freaking respect for people like this, because they weren't even brave enough to have her on there too so that she can at least state her case. No, they much rather, like the cowardly meatheads they are, just insult her because in their brains women aren't on an equal level to them. We're always just stupid and emotional, even though they're the ones that were being stupid, emotional, and sexist. But like I said, I am not a T channel, y'all. It is just that this drama, this whole twisted, sick story has been so fascinating, so freaking eye-opening, from them choosing to be homeless. And now everybody's arguing the semantics on whether she said that the homelessness was a choice and stuff. She lies so much it doesn't matter. And that's what I was explaining to my partner tonight when I told him about all of this. No matter what she does when she gets back, no matter how she tries to spin this, so many of us see her as just a liar and a fake and a fraud. She literally carbon copied, Xeroxed Emily Artful's life and made it her own to show her up. And if you don't understand how sinister and twisted that is, no matter how nice she was to you, no matter how much of a big boy she told you were, there's something wrong with you. Even if you don't believe everything that was unpacked in that Emily Artful video, even if you try to not believe the fact that this sick young lady made a whole bunch of body counts to talk shit on the forum and stalk somebody, what's it to you to not mock the people going through pain from what she did? It's not edgy. You're not an edgelord. And after a while, you're going to be a forgotten asshole. Because honestly, if it wasn't for the peanut gallery, I wouldn't have known who either one of these men are. And I'm going to go back to forgetting about them. That's the good thing about getting older. I can have selective memory. And I'm going to pack these goons into the recesses of my brain and pay them dust after this. But if you listen to this, once again, thank you again for tuning in. I promise you, this is not a T channel. My next video that's going to be up will either be my birthday stream, or better yet, it will be another mental health journey vlog, because there is so much to talk about with mental health. I want to do my part to help reduce the stigmas of hearing stuff like sociopath, which was another thing those assholes threw around so casually. And I need to start talking about this so that people learn the terminologies and learn the differences for mental health. So you're going to see and hear a lot more from me if you're tuning in. Thank you and good night.